heads to be cut off, figuratively speaking, a long time ago. Okay? Don't you understand? They make rulers like Marie Antoinette look like Martin Luther King Jr. or Mother Teresa. Do you understand? And they know it. They're shaking in their shoes. They want the hammer to fall. Okay? They're expecting it. And they've got their ivory towers all built, their gated cities. They can hire all the private mercenaries, the private army they want. And that's in their mind. I mean, that's the way their sick minds work. They don't see the end from the beginning. The righteous can, because you can read it in Scripture. You can read what Christ said it's going to be like. And it's a whole hell of a lot different, my friends, than this scenario right here, this paradigm. Okay, there's certain things that have to be gone, and money is at the very top of that list. We all know about the advantage-disadvantage paradigm. We know that they use it to cheat. They're not even playing the game fair. I'm a capitalist. I believe in supply and demand. And if we had that, then federal minimum wage could be 50 cents an hour today, but be worth more than the dollar an hour in the early 60s. Buy you more, afford you a higher standard of living. If we're making even a little bit of progress, that's what would happen if we had true capitalism, supply and demand. Okay, so I'm just saying, friends, I'm not talking out my behind. I'm educated too. If I want to learn something, I'll learn the crap out of it. And I see right through these evil men, Democrats and Republicans. It's a game to keep us divided, to keep us thinking, oh, well, if our guy gets in long enough, he's going to fix stuff. And, we just can't get the right guy. You just keep having faith in your party and all this crap. I mean, aren't the Democrats bad? I mean, where's your shame for the voting for, who was that clown that was running against Abraham Lincoln? Good God! What if the Democrats had gotten their way back then because they were just being loyal to the Democratic Party? Would the South have won if Abraham Lincoln had been defeated, and America would look completely different? Would be totally racist right now. Maybe we'd still have slavery. So all you Democrats, you think it through. Don't just be so certain that just because somebody calls himself a Democrat that they're really liberal and for fairness. Okay, that's a load, man. And the Republicans, I mean, the last two presidents I've liked, I'm a registered Republican, but the last two presidents I like were both Democrats. Jimmy Carter, yeah, I love that man. I keep going, Jimmy. I love you, brother. Little bird, get the message to Jimmy Carter. I built houses with Habitat for Humanity too, brother. But listen, I love that guy. He was real. The Democrats now will not giving him a second term. Why? Because he made the rich wait in line with the poor during the gas crisis. He knew it was a scam, so he went to rationing. The rich hate rationing. They absolutely hate that crap because they know it's calling their bluff when there's no real shortage. It's just made up to raise prices. Carter knew that. And then JFK had the guts to stand up to the Federal Reserve and say, "No, I'm abolishing you people. We don't need you. We're going to circulate a new dollar. We're going to reintroduce the silver certificate dollar. Sound money, sound currency. The American people understand. They like it. They were taken to it real quickly. They had to get rid of him quick. One turd in the punch bowl, friends. One drop of diarrhea screws it up for everybody. That's the critical mass. And that's who's running the show. You think God's going to tolerate that forever? These bullies, these mean people that deny just everyday people just like you and me justice, fairness? Oh no, we're not going to have that. We're the slaver class of old. If we can't enslave you because of this reason or that reason, your color, your skin, etc., then we'll be very surreptitious and crafty about it. And deceptive, you'll never see, because we're smarter. They think they're more blessed. They think they're ordained to be the rulers of this world. They're delusional. And so that's what they spread is delusion. So they get all the rich people in the land believing they got it going on. And that, sorry, but all you masses jumped on the bandwagon too late. You didn't buy investment property soon enough and become a landlord. So you lost. You missed the bandwagon. And it's like, what's it going to take? What's it going to take? What's it going to take? Well, we're on the brink of nuclear war, probably a limited nuclear exchange with Russia over this thing in Ukraine. Biden, I mean, what's going on? Oh, and there's very little reporting on Biden's son's involvement in making all that money and didn't have any qualifications but made millions over there. Hey, I got to tread lightly because, I mean, I kind of afraid. I mean, Biden, whoa, it's like, holy crap. It's sick, man. I feel like it's a gangster, a mafioso or something we're up against here. I mean, and then he's got people in his pocket. I mean, which agencies are they working in? And you wonder all this stuff and fear. It's like, oh, God. He said, I want anybody that ever smoked pot out of I don't want them working in the government. Can you imagine that? I mean, he's like the only one. If he never did, it's like he's surrounded by liars because who's going to say they smoke pot? I mean, they're never, whoa, I better watch it. I better never. Oh, I can't smoke pot. Oh my God. Oh, it's like, holy crap. I mean, you talk about draconian leadership. This is frightening, man, what we're up against. I mean, and Canada offered us, this was on Cheryl Atkinson's show, Full Measure, offered us all the oil we want. We never had to miss a step, never had to raise gasoline a penny. Canada, in fact, we could have reduced it probably, just getting our oil from Canada instead of Russia. And Russia's doing fine. Putin's very popular with his people. Biden can't say that, can he? I thought it was a democracy. Here's an idea. As soon as a president's popular polling, a lot of different unbiased polling that could be vetted is checked. And as soon as their popularity drops below 50%, you're out of there. Biden, you're out of there. Obama, you're out of there. Bush, you're out of there. That's it, man. That's it. That's fair. Would that be a democracy? Let's make a new law. You like making laws, huh, legislators? Congress, make that law. As soon as the president's popularity drops below 50%, you're out of there. You got it? You're out of there. Like ejecting them from a game for being a-holes. You're out of there. We don't like you. You're out of there. Get out. Step down. You can't please the people. It's like the liars. And the lies are so brazen, so glaring and in your face. And it's like they keep on doing it. It's like, well, were you born yesterday? Did you fall off a turnip truck? I mean, of course we're liars. We're freaking politicians. We say whatever gets us elected and gets us in these offices so we could be multimillionaires. You think we're going to vote and shoot ourselves in the foot? You think we're going to vote to tax the rich? No, we're creating more and more billionaires every day. We want to be. I mean, Obama's pretty close to being a billionaire. That's why they become politicians, friends. These Congress and Senate, the executive. Check it out for yourself. Do your own research. All of them, most all of them, are multimillionaires many times over. All they do is write a stupid book, have a ghostwriter write it. Doesn't matter. After office, they know that. It's like athletes getting endorsements. It's sick. The entire system is sick. We're a sick species. We're a sick nation of people that are just getting trampled on, almost like we deserve it because we're just tolerating it. We're accepting it. We're not vociferously objecting, all of us together, collectively. And as it starts with you as an individual, talking to God, saying, wow, God, we need relief. Please exalt the downtrodden and bring the evil men, the evil rulers to their face, God. Please give us relief. Please, I beg you, Father, in the name of Jesus, help us out here. Because we're hurting and we need your hand. We want your hand of protection back on this nation because we're on the brink of a nuclear exchange with Russia. Please, God, help us. Are we doing that? Are we repenting as a nation? You see, one person, like one turd in the punch bowl, like one drop of diarrhea can wreak havoc and destroy an entire nation, make us all miserable. Well, you drank a little bit of that drop of that diarrhea, and now you're infected with the same disease as us. You're going down with the ship. So we're all stuck on this ship of fools, physically. Not much we could do, is there? What? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do except lean on God? It's our only hope, my friends, is turning to God in prayer. Real, genuine prayer. Say, God, please. If your life is good like mine is, you've got to remember other people whose lives aren't so good. You feel lucky, fortunate, grateful, blessed, then you better just start talking to God and say, God, I can't enjoy this. It's my enjoyment, my joy is so tempered. My sense of gratitude by all those people out there that don't feel lucky. They don't feel blessed. They feel anything but. They're living out on the streets, perhaps better men and women than me. I haven't met them, all of you. They're suffering needlessly and dying on the street. People that Jesus Christ said, that was him, that represents him. You want to do something for me, you do it for the least of men. And if those aren't the least of men, I don't know who the least of men are, my friends. And this is how we're going to treat them. We got a $50 billion program to help poor people that can't afford pay their rent. And it's made the problem worse. The problem being there's not enough affordable housing out there. All that money goes in the pockets of fat cats. Instead of being logical, just buying people houses and being done with the problem. Here I am, a capitalist, registered Republican, and I'm saying these things. But yet, oh no, you're now I'm a Marxist, right? Oh yeah, you're a commie. Oh, you're lying about being a capitalist. No, I'm educated. I happen to know. I studied what being I read Adam Smith's book, The Wealth of Nations, thoroughly, carefully, conscientiously, trying to derive something and learning, hey, if you learn from this book that labor is every nation's single greatest asset, single greatest resource, then you walked away knowledgeable. But do these people respect it? Do they honor it in our society? Does it reflect that? The federal minimum wage is worth, the standard of living compared to what it was 50 years ago. Oh my God, it's so sickening, 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 sickening. And that's what you think, that it's accidental? You think it's because of incompetence? No, my friends, it's on purpose. It's by deliberation, by evil men that are running the show. It's theft, overt theft. It's cheating. Do you understand? It's cheating people. What do you think slavery was? It's the same thing. It's the same thing going on today. They've normalized it. We've accepted it and tolerated it, so we're all culpable to some degree. I still spend dollars, Federal Reserve notes, so we're all guilty. We all have to speak out. We're all without excuse. We got to do something. You got to care about others. You want to enjoy prosperity. The only way I could ever enjoy it if it wasn't exclusive. If everybody could enjoy it, yeah, sure. I'll drive a new Corvette. Sure, I'll like to sail that yacht. Sure. I maybe learn how to fly a plane, a jet. Who knows what I'd like to do. Whatever you want, whatever I want. Like to live here, there, the next place. Yeah, whatever. You could do that. But you could enjoy it if everybody could do it. Right now, you can't. If you're like me at all, anybody that knows me a little understands I'm for real. I can't enjoy it. Why pursue making lots of money and being rich, prosperous, wealthy if I can't enjoy it? You see, it's stupid to be beating my head against the wall. God knows me. I know me. Do you know me? Do you know yourself? But I would like to enjoy prosperity. I would like to enjoy wealth and riches if everybody could. It's God's planet. We're God's equally beloved children. All those resources belong to us all equally. We could get off money just like every other creature, never had any use for it. We could do the same thing gradually. You think the evil men want that? That it plays less and less of a role in our lives, less and less relevance? No, they want the opposite, friends. You know that, I know that. It's all about keeping people down, keeping them enchained, getting them to pay that national debt by keep watering down the money through currency debasement, by raising your cost of living. It's a very, very simple equation. You notice I'm not complaining about the cost of electronics going. I'm talking about essential human needs, housing and food, potable water, energy needs, that kind of stuff. And they know that's where they got you by the throat. They know what they're doing. It's on purpose. They're evil genius, friends. But they're not smarter than you and I, because they don't care about their eternal salvation. They don't care about conscience, integrity, honor, soul. They don't care about their very soul. Is that sick or what? That's the truth. Just laying it on you, friends, best I can. But God said to love them. They're our enemies. You got to love them for real. You can't pretend. That's the cross the righteous have to carry, to bear. All right, friends, I'm quickly on to recent current events and other talking points I want to get into. Last week I ended with talking about how we're all royalty. And I believe that's true. Because if you're God's child, you are royalty. You understand? That's, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. To give yourself to Christ of your own free will and accord, we already belong to God. Since none of us created ourselves, we don't really know about creating a person. You mate just like every other creature. That's why God made it, male and female. That's all we did to make our children.